Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Shamban Podcast, episode 106, I believe. SBP 106, back in here. Another consecutive week. Pats on the back. Maybe give me some money on Patreon. I don't know. You can't do that because I don't have a Patreon account open. No need. No need right now. Hey, I am thinking about it, though, in the future. But as of right now, my focuses are elsewhere. Anyway, how is your morning going? How are you doing? Monday morning. Another work week ahead of you. Happy thoughts. You can power through it. You know what I'm saying? If you already got it figured out, then this ain't for you. But if you need that little extra motivation, you're in the wrong place. I don't know how to motivate people, man. I used to be like a pretty good leader, I guess. I had some pretty good leadership skills. Back in the day, back in high school, I was team captain for the track team, and I was more sociable, I think, yeah. No. I don't know. I'm analyzing it now too much, but I think I don't think I really had good leadership skills. I just think I was very social and very likable, so then I got that position. I remember there was one moment where I should have been a leader, and I should have done the right thing. I think coach was saying he was pretty TO'd about people's behavior. People weren't taking the sport seriously that year, a lot of people. And I'm team captain, so I'm supposed to be like looking out for that and try to motivate people, to get them back in the game, get them in the zone, remind them where they're at, because I cared about it. But I was too agreeable of a person. I was too concerned about people liking me, right? I didn't want people to not like me. That's just what being agreeable is. And so to be a leader, you have to have a certain level of, I think it's respect, not likability. I think it's just respect. So you need to be less agreeable, I believe. I'm not sure. I don't know the science. I'm not a scientist. I'm a psychologist, but I just analyze this kind of thing. But yeah, because I knew since I was in with the team, I knew who was slacking off and who wasn't. And then coach asked me to give them names. And I was like, shit, I don't want to be a snitch. So then I was like, I think I said a generic answer like, oh, I don't know, just a lot of people or something like that. And he knew, he saw right through that. And then I forgot what he said, but it conveyed like, well, you are the team captain. Like, oh, of course, yeah. Like, you're kind of like smacking down that I'm not doing my job properly. So, which I agree. I should have given the names. But I remember one time I did try to huddle the team up because they were acting up too much. And I had to, like, I wanted to try to talk to them, try to be a good leader. Because I recognized it back then, too. I was like, I can't be such a pushover if I'm a leader. They trusted me with this role. So I gotta act like a leader. I don't know if it worked out or whatever, but I'm pretty proud that I actually mustered up the courage to huddle up the entire team and give them a little pep talk. But anyway, hey, hot start. Hot start to that. But yeah, another work week. It's coming up, Weekends just come and go, but just, I'm trying to master the art of not living on the weekends. I'm trying to live my entire freaking week because I've been on a pretty like awful cycle of just living on the weekends. Like my work weeks are just work weeks in my brain, and I can't like enjoy it as much because it's just like I go to work and then I come home and I want to chill out, but I'm like, and then that's like my whole day, like after work. It just like puts me in this like weird like trance or like this different mindset, and I can't enjoy my time. So then yeah, my weekend, and then when the weekends came, I was like so hyper focused on trying to enjoy it before the next work week came. It's a horrible cycle to be a part, to be in. Some people don't get it. I did. I'm sure a lot of you are in the same boat. just power through it, man. Power through it. Just try to think differently. I know that's so stupid. It's like it's easier said than done. It's like telling a depressed person to just be happy, you know. But it's like I don't know. It's like a personal thing. For me, at least, I have to like work on my own mindset and thinking about what my day really means, I guess. You know, and be like, yo, I'm gonna be alive and I can do so much in another day. You know, I'm gonna go to work. Yeah, I'm gonna kill those 8 hours at work, whatever, you know, pay the bills, get the food on the table, and then I got the rest of the day that I'm living. You know what I'm saying? I'm alive. I got this. I got so much to do. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the mindset that I've been trying to adopt, trying to actually just have. It's just much happier, you know, just a more fulfilling life. Maybe I have it easier because I can actually see it, kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel in a sense, where it's like I can actually I've successfully done that, you know. Some people aren't so lucky. But just power through it, man. Another day is another day of life and unlimited possibilities. So be grateful. That's weird. I don't know. I'm not. Why am I saying this like I'm some sort of philosopher, motivational speaker? Yeah. Pretty happy that I'm actually. This is week 3 and I'm good. One thing I do want to mention is I've been pretty good with the videos too. The videos have been going up on YouTube if you haven't noticed. So if you want to see the video format, you want to see my beautiful face. I had to put a hat on because my hair needed some work and I wasn't about to give it to it. So also I need to clean up a little bit. I'm looking like a caveman, like I just invented the wheel. Surprised by fire. No. Yeah, I've been pretty consistent with the videos as well. I'm trying to develop a nice system to make my life easier, you know. But this week's video is gonna be a little late. I'm gonna try to work on it tomorrow to get it late tomorrow, or if not Tuesday. I mean tomorrow. So like today, if you're listening to it, if you're listening to the podcast right now, the audio format, it's Monday, so it's not gonna be on today. It's gonna be on tomorrow, Tuesday. The latest is what I'm aiming for. I've been thinking a lot and doing a lot of reading and just trying to figure myself out. You know, like in this day and age, it's so difficult to just do anything, even think. So I feel like, but almost everybody, no one has everything figured out by the time they're my age or our age, whatever age you are. I think some people I hear say they never figure it out. I remember Kevin Hart said somewhere that he thinks he barely figured his stuff out. I'm talking about like life, you know, and stuff, and just kind of like understanding things. He's like he barely just barely figured things out. He thinks, and he's like 40 or something like that. I'm like, damn. Or 35, I forgot. Sorry, Kevo. Didn't mean to offend. But yeah, I've been trying to do a lot of thinking about like what's important to me, I guess. You know, what's important. Where are my priorities? Where do they lie? I've been doing a lot of different things, as a lot of you know. I've been involved. I've been involved in crime. No, I've done like YouTube. The YouTuber stuff. That was like the first things I ever did. I won't say all this again because I've said it in previous podcast episodes. But you know, I've dipped my toe in a lot of different creative works, and I've become a jack of all trades. And there's utility in that. I don't think I'm like great at everything. I just kind of like know how to do stuff, because I know that there's people that actually don't know anything. Like the simplest thing that you think, so if you do videos, if you like just edit videos, cut them, splice them together, there's people who have no idea how to do that. And you would think that you yourself are like, I don't know anything, I just know how to cut it. But even that is like a freaking skill. So if you go as far as to like splice a video together, you know, put text on it, make edits, put sound effects in it. Like even the most basic stuff is such a valuable thing to a lot of people. But anyway, so I'm kind of like at that range. Like I'm okay at drawing and like art, you know, that like drawing. I've know how to put a video together and add sound effects and stuff. I mean, I've been working on some projects that Stone Digital hashtag hashtag Stone Dig. I don't even know why I hashtag there. I don't know what I'm doing. Social media is not a part of me. But you should follow Nathan Stone on Instagram and his YouTube channel at Stone Digital on YouTube. He posts a lot of cinematic. He's a director. A lot of you know him. He was freaking on the podcast, man. Yeah, follow him, and see what he's about. I've worked on his stuff. I've done the audio for his stuff before. I'm kind of like the designated audio guy. I feel like I need to work on that more. Like I said, jack of all trades syndrome happening here. So I'm like okay, but I'm not excellent. You know, noteworthy, I guess. But yeah, so there's a lot of random things I know how to do or I'm okay at. But you wouldn't come request something if you had like a big project or like a really serious thing, you know, because I couldn't do it. I don't have the skill set to do that. So I've been really kind of battling with that part of me that I'm just I'm so interested in everything that I can't hone in on one thing and get good at that. It's good to have hobbies for a lot of different reasons, or not hobbies, but like different. What would you call these things? Are they Are they hobbies, talents? It's good to have that because it gives you like something to be excited for. You know, the more you have, I guess. It's a double-edged sword because you have more to be excited because once you get tired of one thing, you can move on to the next thing you're interested in. But at the same time, there's so much more things you want to get. So then you're like sad in that front that you don't have an freaking unlimited bank account, like a bottomless card that you can just buy everything out of. But yeah, so it's got its utility in that front, you know, and also like I said, like it's just valuable to have a jack of all trades, you know, you can place them in a lot of different fields, and it's got some value. But I want to get good at one thing. I want to be formidable at a thing. You know, I want to be able to do something really good. And then I was thinking, what do I want to hone in on? You know, what do I want to laser focus at? And you know, screw everything else. Like, no, even if it starts coming back up into my mind, like push it down and just focus on one thing. And I decided it was between focusing all in on the podcast, because believe it or not, back then I was trying to really work. The problem I was having back then was I was trying to do everything really well. You know what I'm saying? So that momentum was always dying for anything I kept starting back up, you know, because I would start it up, gain some momentum, and then I would want to get good at another thing. And then I'd gain momentum there, but I lost momentum on the other thing. And then when I went back to that other thing that I was kind of coming up with, you know, like I was already slowed down in a sense, in a figure of speech. So yeah, so like the podcast, I was like really trying and stuff, and then I would get burnt out, you know, and yeah, so it was between the podcast and music. Those are my options that I narrowed it down to. And then I decided I've wanted to make good music for a long time. It's been my, like, the one thing that's always been, you know, coming back is I want to make good music. I listen to people's music and I'm like, this is awesome and I want to be a part of that. So that's what I did. I focused on that. That's actually one of the main. It's the main reason. It's the reason why I took leave of absence from the podcast, is because I was trying to use all of my creative power. I think I did mention it in an episode. I wanted to use all of my creative power, my creative time, in music editing. Music production and editing. I mean, it's part of the mix. In making music, I wanted to hone in on that. At that point, when I made the decision at the beginning and I left the pod, I hadn't made this, like, I wasn't thinking this clearly about it. It was more of just like, I just want, I was kind of thinking rationally, like, if I invest less time in the podcast, it's more time in music. So that's just kind of where that went. But now I'm like, you know what? I have it more clear in my head as to like my route that I'm going. But I also knew that I didn't want to ditch the podcast because, a lot of you guys like to be here and listen and, have somebody talking while you do whatever you're doing, either working or long drive or whatever. Podcasts are cool though. It's therapeutic for me as well. It gets me figuring things out. But yeah, I didn't just want to ditch it. So then what I decided to do was I'm uploading, right? Consistently, and I was like, I'm just gonna upload and I'm not gonna worry about the marketing front of it. Any of the little meticulous stuff about podcasting. I was like, I'm just gonna literally focus on, like, not even research, right? Like before, believe it or not, I did do some work trying to find topics and research some topics. That might be a reason why, because it didn't work out so well. It's probably because I'm not really built for that kind of format. But yeah, I did try to do some research a lot of times, and I don't think it really worked out. But a lot of my time was there. A lot of my time was researching marketing, or like promoting it, trying to get it out there, into different ears. The distribution of it. A lot of my time was invested in that too. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna upload, and those of you who listen, welcome. Thanks for listening. Tell your friends. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers. I got a clean podcast here. Why do I say that? Why do I say I got a clean? Maybe because I'm thinking about the freaking general audience that needs to have a clean podcast in order to listen. I don't know. I always think about that. I think that's one of the reasons why I was so like awkward in my other episodes, was because I was always so focused on appeasing everybody, like as if I'm honing in on a topic, every time I was talking about it, I always felt like I needed to tackle every side of it and what other people might think and might not think, and then think about if it wasn't clear it up for the people who didn't quite understand it. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of stress, because then I would like be editing the freaking video when I had like multiple angles. I had to listen to the entire thing and be like, dude, shut up. Like, you're sticking to this topic too much, But anyway, that's besides the point. Gonna keep doing the podcast. None of the mumbo jumbo in the middle though. It's just straight come in, sit down, audio, talk, upload, baby. That's just what we're gonna be doing. For now. So the whole methodology with this is I actually did watch a video talking about this specifically, about like my problem with all just being interested in too many things. And they were talking about, you got to focus on one. Just focus on one. And like I said, I had that in the back of my head, but then just watching somebody else say it, that was like, there it is. There's a cherry on top. And that motivated me, to just, hammer down at that. I'm confident at what I'm doing. And they're saying focus on one, and then once you become once you become formidable in one field, once you get that, then branch out. Because now you are really good at one thing, and then there's no stopping you if you keep that pattern, right? So then I'm going to hone in on the podcast. That's next. That is next. Hone in on the podcast. I also have this habit of confirming things too early. Like now, for example, because I also this will have some time to marinate, right? Because I'm still working on my music. This is what's happening right now, so I'll have time to think. But one thing about the music I'm making, and when I start, getting that rolling, I really like animation. I like anime. We all know this. We all know this, Kev. Why are you saying it? I like anime. I like animation, and more importantly, I love animated music videos. I love them. They are freaking amazing. And I think I say like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna focus on the podcast next after, because I feel like it's unrealistic to consistently make a whole animated music video one by yourself, you know. But who knows? Maybe I'll dive into the world. I'll figure out a little more how to, hire a team if I can afford it at the time, or collaborate with some people who don't necessarily need to be paid, get paid in different ways, like promoting them on the credits or something like that. But I know that it's unrealistic to make a whole animated music video by yourself. It's just not. It's not realistic. You hear it every now and then, not just a music video, but like just a show or something, some like a creative animated work. You hear it now and then of somebody doing it, or a couple of people doing it, but it's always just a couple people, right? It's never like the ones that are good, right? The ones that are good and do take off and get some traction. It's always a couple people, because it's such a difficult thing. Animation has so many freaking levels. There's the character design. There's the animating. There's the what do they call them? I forget. There's like the in-betweens of the actual key shots or key poses. I don't know the terminology exactly. There's the background work, the backgrounds, the art for the scenery, and there's just so much involved. And I don't think it's realistic, but I kind of want to work on art though, on my own, just drawing of like illustrations, because I like design, right? I've changed the podcast logo like 15 times. I like design. I like designing things. It's therapeutic to me. I really enjoy it. And I really like a nice album cover, or like a single cover. So that's why I want to work on that too. And my art is because I want to get good at just illustration, and then just making like dope artwork for my songs. That's why I wanted to work on art. But I just got to juggle it, because like art, I think, I don't know how much, I don't know anything. We'll just let this sit and marinate. I'm not going to get ahead of myself here. But yeah, the two focuses are music or podcast. Going for music right now. That's what I'm doing. And podcast is going to be next. And speaking of, the reason why I mentioned that the video isn't going to be up Monday, today, for you guys, is because I was working on my music. Yeah, I was working on my music until very late. I was like looking at the time, being like, yo, I got to start the podcast because I also have to edit the video to get it ready for tomorrow. But then I was like, dude, remember what you said, man. You're focusing on music, man. Podcast is secondary right now. You're focusing on the music. So I was like, screw it. So yeah, I worked on some music. I did some good work. Actually, this song that I'm making right now, if you don't know already, if you're coming into this blind as to like my music career, there's two songs that I've put out. My artist's name is Mev, M-E-V. You can find me on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all the basics, Amazon Music, Google and stuff. Yeah, so you can find me. I've put out two singles. First one's called Neon Skies. That was based off of Cyberpunk 2077. I've mentioned this in the pod. And before the game released, so, I was more hyped back then. And then the second one I released a couple months back is called Jaws. I think that was early this year. So when I say a couple months back, that was quite a while ago. But it feels like it was just yesterday. My baby boy, he's growing up so fast. That was my second track, and I hate them both because I'm the artist that made them. That's just how it goes, right? People like them though. People like them. I got a really positive response, actually, much better than I was expecting. So I appreciate that. That's a giant motivator to keep with it. And my goal right now is just to every track has got to be better than the last one, at least technically, and technicalities right now, because I'm learning all of the freaking fundamentals of music production. Like understanding the frequencies that to free up and to clean up, understanding what instruments should be playing together at what cadence, at what pace, and like where to put the leads, where to kill the leads, where to open it up. All of those technical things, just with like I guess music arrangement, but also like the back end, the production of it, the editing, the effects, the EQs, everything, all that. I'm learning all of that. So right now, what I'm trying to do, my main focus is just make it sound more professional, right? Just make it sound better than the last one in professionalism. So even if it comes out like crappy, shitty, not as good as a previous one, which I can't work on a song that I don't think is good, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so just throwing that out there. But yeah, even like, but as long as it sounds better, it sounds more higher standard. That's the main goal. This song that I'm working on right now, I'm really stoked for it. Actually, I think it's coming out beautifully. And sorry, I have to keep looking. I forgot to set my timer on my watch, so I got to make sure that the camera's gonna be recording this whole thing. I don't even know how long we've been going. This doesn't have a timer. Let me not get distracted from that. Let me not get distracted. Yeah, so I'm really stoked. I'm really stoked for this song when it comes out. I'm getting a little not creative. I'm getting a little adventurous with this one. I want to get another artist in. So by the way, if you're listening right now, if you're an artist or an artist, female. I'm looking for a female backing vocal for my song, my single. Preferably to sound like what was her? I think her name's Barbie Williams. I think that's her name. I forget, but she's I think she's a member of Siamese now. So if you listen to Siamese music, listen to Summer Nights by Siamese. That kind of vocal, the lead female singer does in that one, that's the vocal I'm trying to get. Actually, that song is like a direct inspiration I got from that song to make this one. So you see a lot of similarities when this one comes out. And since that one's more like kind of happier, kind of like, chill out, have fun. This one's more on the darker tone, I think. It's written in D major. But anyway. So yeah, if you're an artist, if you're a singer, a female singer, hey, let me know. If you know anybody, let me know. Send them my way. Just send them my way. Tell them to message me, email me, or find me on Instagram. At Mevco on Instagram, Mev_co. But yeah, I'm getting adventurous because this is the first time I'm actually trying to get a backup singer for it. And I think I can't pay, like I was telling Courtney, because I was like looking on like Fiverr and stuff, just trying to find where I can get that vocal. So I have options, if I don't find anybody like local who's like trying to, wants to help. But doesn't have to be local, by the way. We can arrange something. Anyway, talking to if you guys know anybody. But yeah, I was like looking on Instagram, and she was like, well, maybe you don't need to do that right now, collab with somebody or get a different featured artist on here. But I can't, like, that this song, I have to, like, in my head, I need a backup singer. I need it, to get to where I'm thinking it's at, if I put it out there, I know I'm going to regret not doing that, or not being more proactive at that. So yeah, I'm implementing a lot of things. I'm always trying to implement a new thing that I've learned as well on the new songs. So that way I can like master things one by one. And once there we go. Yeah, once I get all the technical stuff done, Like once I'm good at that, then I focus on the actual creative part of it, right? Or put more emphasis on that because I am focusing on that for sure. Come on. I ain't gonna play freaking Ring Around the Rosie over here with a fat bass on it, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. The last one, Jaws, that one took. Okay, I think that one took me like either a couple weeks to a month to actually arrange, right? To get everything good, the vocals and everything. And then it took me 3 effing months to actually release it because I was messing so much with the editing. Like like the EQ, that was the main thing I was having a problem with. I think I had crap samples as well. I had really bad samples on that one. It was when I was still building my collection. I mean, I still am, but like I have more stuff now than I did when I released that one. So like the sample selection wasn't the greatest. I just destroyed everything with EQ, and then I just kept trying to make it sound a certain way, and I think I was just putting too much on my plate. And so like I had so many different bounces of that song. The rough drafts of it were outrageous. I sent them to Josh. Every time I made a new bounce, I would send it to Josh and be like, yo, what do you think? And he'd give me some feedback. But I think at that point, he had already listened to it too much to really give me any accurate feedback. Let me tell you, I had 41 bounces on that song. So when you go over and listen to that, go over and listen to Jaws by Mev on Spotify, on iTunes, wherever. Listen to that song and understand that I had that song ready for 3 months. And I was editing the same song for 3 months. All right? I want you to understand that. And 41 different bounces, like exporting. I exported that song 41 times. And that's the one you listen to, is version 41. That's the one that you guys got. So no, but I think it was okay. I really thought when I released it that it was a step up from my last one, but the more I listened to them both back to back, I don't think so. I think they're kind of still at the same level. I think creatively, artistically, Jaws is better than Neon Skies, I feel. I also think my vocals were much better. But anyway. So yeah, this song I got done, I'm practically done with it actually. The arrangement and everything is solid. It's not solid. I finished it tonight, so I'm going to give it another whirl tomorrow, right? And see where we're at. Cuz your ears can deceive you when you're working on it for so long. So I'll give it another whirl tomorrow, probably do a little tweaks here and there, and then I just got to add I have a couple things on the checklist, right? I've got to add some sweeteners, some sweetener sounds in there, some like risers and fades. And then obviously I need to get the vocals done. So I'm going to get the vocals done. I've set a goal. I'm wanting to have this song done by next week. So in a week's time, I'm going to have this song finished, and hopefully it'll be up by next week and during the work week sometime, because I have to upload it onto TuneCore, and then it takes a while for it to get like approved and stuff. Oh, I need to start working on the art for it too. Freak. Yeah, I'll try to figure that out. But I'm really excited for this. It's much better to just have like a clear mind as to like where your goals are at, just really take the time to think about it. I still have a lot of thinking to do, like I'm not out of the woodworks yet. I'm not out of the woods. Sometimes I use the wrong word for the right phrase, you know what I'm saying? It's one of my curses. Yeah, I ain't out of the woods yet. I need a lot of thinking to do, but like just practice exercising that, like making this decision it kind of like freed up a lot of kind of like brain fog, you know? It made me think clearer about things, set my priorities straight. I can enjoy my days a little better because I know where I'm at, I know what I'm focusing on. I know where I'm at. And I know I have time. We all have time. We got plenty of time. No matter how old you are, you got time. An hour is a long time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So, really stoked for that. Really, really, really stoked for that. I don't have anything else to say, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up for this week because my mind is here. You know what I'm saying? What I just talked about, that's what I'm thinking about, and I'm not branching anywhere else. I don't even have a coffee with me, and I was able to focus that much. Congratulations, me. But yeah, a nice short episode this time. It was like 40 something minutes. Just something to get you through the day. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. Hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any inquiries, any questions, any topics you want me to look at or cover, talk about, you can message me at DM the Shambam Pod or me personally. And then I'll be sure to check that out. If you want me to see it for sure, it's got to be Instagram because I say that my Facebook I'm never on. And email, I'm really bad at checking the podcast email. So if you really want me to see it, Instagram's the way to go, baby. So if you got any of that, send me a message on Instagram. Thank you so much. See you later.